I'm Bill Hedges, and I've always been a fan of Lost in Space. So when a couple of props came available, I bought them from another collector. And originally I was just going to put them in my office, on a display them just by themselves. But then I got the idea, a wild idea, what if, I let my imagination go and thought, what if I actually build them into the original cabinets like it was on the original show? And that's what I did. And the result of it is my Jupiter 2 room. And the entrance to it is right here. I had my sister-in-law sold me a mannequin that I thought looked a little like Judy, and she also made the uniform for her. And this is also a prop from Star Trek Enterprise, which has a in-joke reference to Lost in Space because it says Signal Processing B9 on it. And the entrance to the elevator, Jupiter 2 room, is we have to go up to the 13th floor. This is the entrance to my Jupiter 2 room, and of course it has the airlock controls here, so when you push close, we can close up the door. Also, here's the cabin pressure, which is necessary. This is of course what the robot destroyed when he went berserk on the third episode. On the Ghost Planet, the automated planet set a hyperatomic missile after the Jupiter 2, and this is a replica made to the exact same scale as the original prop, which is about a foot long, and it was shown flying towards the 4-foot miniature Jupiter 2. On the upper deck of the Jupiter 2, and this of course is the magna panel where the freezing tubes were in front of. And this is a Burroughs Cartatron panel that they used on the show. It was the one that was actually behind Penny's freezing tube, and you can tell because of the arrangement of the lights and also the way it's wired up that matches exactly the pattern that can be seen on the show. Okay, here we are at the flight console, and I was able to obtain original blueprints of it, and so it's pretty much like the original, except that I used parts from all 3 seasons rather than sticking to one point in time on the series. So originally they had, on the pilot, they had these panels, well this wasn't even in on the Gemini, but to match cut some of the footage from the Gemini, they added these covers for the first season, which supposedly revealed a radar below it. And then on the second season, they added this center console with this radar on it. And then halfway through the third season, they changed the old spinning radars to a CRT type of radar. And that's what we got there. And the Burroughs are replicas except for this center faceplate here, which is actually from the original show. And the only thing is I used LEDs instead of incandescent bulbs because it's cooler. Okay, to the right of the master flight console is of course the transmitter, and this is also made from the original blueprints. And this is also a mix of different seasons. I have the radio direction finder graticule from the first season where Dr. Smith smashes it and breaks the transmitter. These were added for the second season, and so I can actually use it as a view screen, since I added a flat screen behind it for watching anything on DVD player, which is built into the cabinet under here. All these cabinets here were modified a little bit because they were each of these would have been twice as wide as original, and I actually combined this would have gone all the way down to the floor, and the inertial guidance and general alarm were on a separate one, and these two were on a separate bay. But to save space, I combined it a little bit. And these are actual new original stock circuit boards, exactly like the ones on the show. And I was able to add access to the original, two of them, which I was able to document and duplicate them exactly the way they are, including the way that they were made to turn. And it was being modified through the Series 2, and Girl from the Green Dimension, they took out the bulbs and they had this one so it'd swing open so they could pull out the damaged atomic cooking and heating coil in that episode. And I cheated a little bit on the vector tape recorder. It's just a Sony that's slightly modified with reel covers. And the seismograph, this was originally built as a seismograph for the episode Blast Off into Space, and the blueprints actually show the chart recorder there, but the director must have decided he wanted it in a more prominent position, so they took it out of here after this was already built, and that was originally the atomic clock. And then they took that and put it into a standalone seismograph for the actual episode that was filmed. But I liked the way it was originally designed, so I left it that way. This is a pilot chair that I made, and I had my sister-in-law upholster it for me. And originally it was meant to fold up like this and then slide into this center console here, because for the first season, because this wasn't here yet. And so the first season I only had one chair, so that's what I had. And then on the second season they added the second one when they took off. And the original was much lower because it had to fold up and slide under here, and it was only about 9 inches off the ground, which makes it very uncomfortable to sit on. And since I wanted to build it for comfort, I actually made it a little higher, which is actually more comfortable to sit in. This is my small version of the Galley from the Jupiter 2. It's just seats one, but I figured since so many of the scenes occurred around their galley table, I need to at least include some semblance of it. But I used the astrogator seat as the seat for it, and it also has the food computer. Of course, on the Jupiter 2, you fix all your food by the computer, so you just flip the appropriate switches and it appears for you. And these are the same type of cups that were used on the show.